Hyper Peaches. Welcome to our 15th episode. I'm
And
Erica.
I'm Joyce. Hello,
Hello,
hello.
Joyce. Long time no
Long
see.
time no see. Can't wait to see you soon.
So soon. It's actually tomorrow.
I know. Can't wait. Tell us about your fresh, brand new week.
Oh yeah, my week has been going so well.
Mhm.
It's a breath of fresh air for me
So
because
nice.
new
Yeah.
beginnings, new people, new job, new encounters. But so far, so good.
Yeah.
I've been loving everything that I'm doing, and the people that I've met are so chill, so relaxed, and so nine, solid nine for me.
It's so solid nice where you belong. Stay there,
So solid.
stay there, girl.
Can't you hear from my tone? I'm so happy.
Yes. Yes, I can totally
Yeah.
tell. And so just so happy for you is everything you deserve. And I think um that
Thank you.
you finally found a workplace that makes you feel like yourself, make you feel comfortable, make you feel like you're worth something.
Yeah.
I think that's just truly so important and for your own mental health and well-being.
It's all about mental health, girl.
I know, I know. Speaking of mental health, my mental health
Yeah.
has been very funny this week because
Funny. Is it a good word?
no, most of the time, no. I mean,
How funny.
it's been obviously, you know me, I'm always a roller coaster, but this week, the roller coaster has just been very high and very low, and so I don't know how to rate my week because I was, a negative 21 like days ago,
Are,
and
are
then
you
now I'm like
just
7.
are you just PMSing?
Yes, that too. Thank you for pointing
Mm,
that out.
yeah, we gotta let our listeners in.
You want our
Even
listeners to
on
know
that.
our time of the month now?
It's mental and health. So,
Yes.
we care.
Yeah.
I
And
mean, would you mind sharing or would you like to keep it to yourself for a bit?
I think I'll keep it to myself a little bit for now, but just and as like a conclusion or like just a sum up is I'm at a better place now. I think
Okay,
I
so it's a
I
seven now.
it's a 7 now, 7.5. I think me, like I bounce back pretty fast. Like my emotions go from like, oh, I'm super, super mad to like just give me like 6 hours to like
Yeah.
calm down and not talk about it. And then you know what? I'll find some way to get over it. And I think I've been realizing that that's how I function sometimes to get over something that I'm mad about, something I'm struggling about. But yeah, I think I'm fine now. It's good that I have routines like dance, to
Mm-hmm.
definitely keep me stay grounded. Like I always think that like dance was something that is just like, oh, it was for fun, like, oh, there's something I can see it's like I have a community, but I think now it's more than that for me. Even more so, it's where I can actually stay grounded, and it's a place where there's only positive energy because dance
Mm.
is such a universal language where it just brings you joy, but and nothing worse than that. You know what I mean? And
Yeah,
I
I know.
it's so
And the
power.
music.
Yeah, and the music, it's
Yeah,
just
it cheers you
everything,
up.
and your friends and your peers cheering for you,
Yeah, yeah.
supporting you. It's just all the good energy. And I was just thinking, like, oh, I'm so grateful to have that in my life, and I hope everybody
Mm.
can find that from themselves, whether it's from running or from reading a very nice book, from taking pottery lessons, or just doing anything that makes you feel that way,
That's good.
will make you just feel more
Yeah.
balanced. So yeah.
Wait, when you're most upset, would you rather be on your own or with your friends?
Probably by myself, probably alone,
Mm.
because having friends around you is quite good, right? I would say most of the time, but when you're so mad and when you're so in your thoughts, whatever outside people or like external factors give you opinions at that moment, at that heat of the time, you can't really take it,
Yeah,
right? Because
that's
it's
true. That's
you don't
true.
feel like taking advice when you're so mad, you know. So
Yeah,
I would prefer solo. How
yeah.
about you?
I guess the same for
Yeah.
me. Yeah, because I don't really like to take it out on any of my friends,
Yeah, for
but
sure.
I also don't want to talk to anyone at that point. So
Yeah.
I'd rather be on my own. And speaking of being mad, one thing that makes me kind of a little pissed and a little just like, ugh, is the latest policies on the rat test, the
Mm.
rapid and antigen test.
To go to
So
a bar,
apparently,
to go to any
y-
bar
yeah, it's just so stupid. So apparently, starting from this Thursday,
today.
um, yeah, whenever you enter a bar or a club in Hong Kong, you
Hmm.
need to present a rat test negative result within 24 hours.
Hmm.
It's just so stupid. So you can't even do it in the spot on the spot because the risk of transmission or whatever.
Yeah, yeah.
So basically you have to show them a picture of the negative red test result and with the date marked on it, which
Hmm.
is within 24 hours. I don't know, it's just so
Yeah.
stupid. I just don't get it. But
What can we
what
what can we do? We
what can
live
we do?
here. We live
What
here,
can we
right?
do? Yeah, seriously.
Yeah.
Well, so how about we dive into this week's topic?
Let's dive in.
Yeah,
I think
I think
go for it.
yeah. No, you go for it.
Okay. I'm trying to think of a very smooth and funny way to transition this, but I have nothing. So
Okay,
let's just
thank you.
let's just dive in to our to I think okay. I think before we recorded, we kind of briefly said why we want to talk about this, right? Because
Mm-hmm.
look, it's June. We started our Hyper Peaches podcast in March, which felt like 3 years ago, but in fact, in reality, it's three
Shit.
months only.
Yeah. Wait,
And
it's more than 3 months. Oh no. Oh, sorry, it's 3 months. 3 months. Three
yeah,
months.
three
Yeah.
months and like some days.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, 15th episode. One episode per week. Now it's almost 4 months, right?
Oh, okay, okay. That makes
Yes.
sense.
Yeah. 1 week into 3 weeks, one more week, and then we're into 4 months.
Damn.
Damn. What have
It's
you learned? Have you learned
so
anything?
much.
Have you done any kind of self-reflection?
Way too much.
Or way too much?
No, I'm kidding.
Tell me.
I think this podcast, this episode, it's a reflection for us, right? And I think it's good to, how like you have for like when you work for a company, like when you first start a company, that you would like a manager would want like a monthly review with you, like, and we never have this for hybrid peaches, of course, because it's a total different thing. It's a passion project on the side. But I think a 3 month review and or just like an overlook of how me and you feel about it. Like what are the things that we've learned? What are some things that we do
Mm-hmm.
want to work on? And hopefully our listeners can share feedback to us, what they like, what they don't like, and then we can all grow from this together would be something that's
Yeah.
very nice to do. So today I think our topic is just basically podcast is a conversation, is a lot of public speaking, is a lot of talking, and we wanted to
Mm-hmm.
kind of talk about what are some things that
Talking.
yeah, talking. What are some things that
Talk about talking.
you talk about talking? Yeah, good topic.
I
So
mean, that's all we do in here, right?
can you tell me
Um, yeah.
your insecurities, Erica? What were your first like what were you nervous about or what are you still nervous about when you first started this whole new chapter, whole new different thing that we were basically never really trained for? Oh no, actually we did train for a little bit because we both did what's that called? Longjong.
Oh yeah, no, that's a totally different thing,
Okay, you can
right? Oh wait,
find
wait, it's
similarities.
similarities in public speaking, right?
Yes,
We did
yes.
speech.
Like a
what do
speech
you even call
competition.
that?
You could
Yeah,
call
like a
it a
speech
speech
competition.
competition. Yeah.
Yeah, we were in the same competition for like
Yeah.
I don't know 1 or 2 years
Hmm.
before you switched to another school.
Yeah.
And oh, back to my insecurities.
Mm.
I mean, if you guys have been paying attention to our very first episode
Yeah.
to this current episode, I think you can pretty much um like can tell from our tone the way we speak, that we've become a lot more confident, at least, to say the very least. I think when I first started, because I haven't always been a really like high profile person, I would say. I try to maintain a pretty low profile on social media. Um, I don't even type a long caption myself on Instagram.
Right.
And for me to talk so much, I mean, I am a pretty talkative person, but just not on
off,
air.
Yeah, off air.
Yeah, off air. And so for me to put it all out for everyone to listen, to judge, it's a scary thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, it could feel really naked.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, and and I'm always saying that, oh, I'm not speaking in my own mother tongue. So it adds another layer of challenge to it. So when it comes to podcasts, I think your public speaking skill is so important, your communication skill is so important. And for me to do that in a foreign language, it's like, so much more work
mentally,
and
right?
That gives me a lot of insecurity every time, and that is why I basically need to get myself tipsy
yeah,
to start recording every time. But have you realized
you've been sober?
You
haven't been drinking? Yeah. Good for you. I'm so happy for you.
No, I had a glass or two tonight, but that's not the reason why I had it. I just wanted.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think I've become more confident.
Yeah, for sure. I think witnessing your growth for the past 3 months, I forgot to tell you this. I don't think I've ever told you, but I was just gonna say your English, like your conversation in English is so flowy now. Whereas before I would hear more. I'm not here to like be like, oh, my English is way better than you, but it's just like what I see, like what I've
I mean, go ahead. Yeah.
It's way smoother, whereas before you have more pauses or you take your time to think about what word. But now it's very flowy, it's very just conversational. And I think within this 3 months, you definitely up your game so much, like with just speaking English. I'm serious. I'm very serious. Yeah.
Thank you.
And definitely
it really does help.
Definitely the confident part too. Like the fact that you definitely opened up more than before on air, like you've been so vulnerable, you've been 100% so real. It's not easy for someone that's
I don't even know how to be fake, man.
Being fake is way harder, to be completely honest, so I don't know why.
Yeah, seriously.
Some people do it, but yeah, so we talked about what we were nervous about just putting ourselves out there. We were nervous about just a little unsure, so not very confident at first. And then for you, it's not your mother tongue. What else would I add on? I think I was nervous about not being interesting enough, which is something that I mean, I'm still kind of nervous about it just because we're no expertise of any field or anything. So it's like, I always question the thought that, oh, why would people take the time, out of their lives to listen to these two girls talk, just about their lives or about their experiences, of course, That's something I'm still struggling. But I think the past 3 months I've been putting more meaning to it for myself and for us. I think me and you definitely learn more about each other, like our working style, how we can talk and like have better conversations, and then also how to just it's a confident issue too, just how to be true to yourself and make sure the work that you're putting out there and the conversations that we're putting out there we're happy with and we are content with it. I think that's already enough for me at this point. It's just that
I guess I kind of understand where you're coming from.
Right?
It's hard to strike a balance between like the way you view a podcast, whether you view it as like a channel to lay out facts, like in a very organized way, kind of like really preparing a TED talk.
Yes,
You know,
yes.
or to make it more conversational, more random, more chill, kind of really just like
Yeah.
your day-to-day conversation between
Yeah.
friends.
Yeah, for sure.
It's so hard.
It's
Like
so hard.
it is. It is so much easier in our head when we first started,
Hmm.
trying to do this.
Yeah.
Yeah, we basically just thought it's gonna be like our own conversation, the kind of 3 hours conversation that we
Yes.
would have in a
Yes.
bar.
Yes. But once this mic turns on, we're like different, right?
Yeah, it's like what should we talk about? And the thing that we're so bad in like IT stuff that we basically do not want to trim it
Yeah.
or cut it or anything.
One
We just
take.
want yes. It makes it even harder.
So everything we say, we have to be very confident about. We have to be very happy about it. And then we're like, okay, move on. Let's just put the intro, put the outro, done.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like the fact that you said that how having a flowy conversation is, you think it's so natural, but in reality it actually takes practice. It takes time to understand, each other's way of talking, each other's flow,
Yeah.
how to make the whole podcast seem more comfortable listening. And I think
Yeah.
what the upper hand is for us is we're not trying to be experts in anything. We're just two individuals coming together, sharing experiences, sharing our thoughts. And we're not trying to be like a clone, right? We're not trying to be like a robot telling the daily news, telling the weather, telling, how things should be, what is right, what is not right. It's more like us individually, what we think, and then we just give the points that we agree on, we don't agree on, and then hopefully people do resonate. And then if they don't resonate, and that's totally fine.
That's fine.
Yeah.
You have your own opinion. I have my opinion. Let's just join in and just talk.
For sure. And I think that was like the purpose of Hyper Peaches too. It's how we can connect with people. And is there anything that you would want to add in terms of just like how do you want to say for the next 3 months? What are some things that you, Erica, as a host, one of the hosts of Hyper Peaches, you would want to, I guess, improve on more, or something you would want to do better on in terms of the way you speak, how you speak, the tonality of things, or like just topics, like just on top of your head, it's not like a very important or like a mandatory, you have to list out everything, but anything on top of your head right now that you want to share, that you want to do work on?
I guess off the top of my head, I do want to conduct a few more, I mean, maybe invite a few more guests.
Yes.
Yeah. To have
I
a
really
few more,
want to.
yeah, guest episode interviews with our friends or from people from, just all walks of life, basically. Possibly some in Kanto as well, because I figure we have quite a lot. I mean, there is like a half 50% English listener and also 50% people who listeners that also speak Kanto.
I have a suggestion for that. I was thinking like if we want to do the Cantonese ones, we should try to show face. Because I was thinking like, say like, some of my friends who some of our friends who have been listening to a podcast from day one, who they are, and she's been on our podcast.
Shout out to you.
And I was thinking, yeah, if they like, say if our Kanto podcast, the topic is interesting, like I will want to share with them too. So maybe, I don't know, we
can add subtitles.
Yes, but that's a whole IT thing that we have to find our IT guy to figure this shit out, because fuck.
Fuck. Just the thought of it scared me.
And then the look on the IT guy face is like,
can I pay someone to do it?
I quit. You guys suck. You guys are like, this is so mafan. That's so easy in his dictionary.
Never hire you. You can't quit.
Oh my god, it's so funny. Let's move on.
I mean that would be fun. We said we're gonna do a truth or drink session with our face on
Let's
because
do
that
that.
would be the juice watching us drink.
Let's do that. Let's actually do that.
Yeah.
Okay, let me start planning that. I was
Okay.
also thinking like, I you saw I did some research, right? It was like one of like there's like so many
I
genres
saw
of podcasts.
ASMR.
Oh yeah, but one of the like all these there's so many different genres of podcasts. The top three was one was like comedy, and then second or third was like crime. Yeah, and then this third was I don't know, like I forgot, it was like crime, it was comedy, and then there was something else. But I was just thinking, I was like, I do want to categorize one of our like our podcast as a category in comedy because I think we are quite funny. Like
you want to categorize our podcast as comedy. That's
yes.
all right. I thought you want to add in crime.
Oh no, I can't do that, you know that.
Yeah, because I mean I would love to. I mean I love crime criminal stories, whatever, but I can't do that myself. I would have to invite one of my friends.
You could. I'll just be there listening.
I'll invite Cody. He's really into crime, criminal stuff.
Okay, maybe he can talk about it.
He could. Cody, next guest. You up next.
But do you think comedy? Like, I think So one of my goals.
Are we not funny?
I think we are, but one of my goals is like I want to be funny. We should be funnier.
We should be.
No,
we are.
I don't know that. It's just me and you talking right now.
Dude, if you're trying to make a joke, then the whole funny element of that joke would just be gone, you know?
Oh, so your joke is kind of like a not trying kind of joke.
Yeah. Okay. Kind of. I don't know. Well, I get what you're trying to bring up. Like a stand-up comedy kind of thing, right?
I don't know, maybe like you know, we should maybe sometimes research some like very cheesy one sentence joke and just put it in before our rate our week, you know. just like here's a fun joke, and then we'll just, you know,
I always have this joke in mind. It's Cantonese though, but just hear me out.
Okay.
從前有三隻蝦
Is that it?
See, you're laughing.
It's dumb though.
It's dumb. It's one of those like cheesy dumb jokes.
Okay. Thank you for that.
I'll come up with better ones next time.
Okay.
Give me some time, okay?
I think this is good for us too, you know, like researching jokes. It's a good habit to have, honestly. I'm not kidding.
Yeah.
And I think is there anything else that you would want to add? I think what I've also learned is that mistakes are okay. Like, I think the first 1 to 2 episodes, I wasn't really confident in terms of like the structure, in terms of I think people don't like this. I think people don't want to hear this. And it's like, it's not that I don't care about these mistakes or how people think, but it's just, I think at this point it's like, I'm aware of it, but I'm still gonna stay true to myself. I'm still gonna use my own version of how I wanna build Hyper Peaches and make the mistakes that I kind of need to make, I guess, at some point. I don't know what the mistakes are because everybody will make mistakes at some point. And I think for me and you, if we want to build this to even like a, I don't know, bigger empire, whatever you call it, a bigger scale, there's going to be more risk, more mistakes, right? And I think at this point, of course, we're both really busy with personal life and career. But maybe sometime when we can talk about, like, have a sit down talk and, you know, how we see this, and if we want to do scale up or if we want to expand this, what are some risks we are willing to take? I think that's a conversation that we will have at some point, which is no rush, but that's just something that I thought of on top of my head, you know?
Yeah. I guess for me, Um, mistakes, obviously there are tons.
Mm-hmm.
Some technical mistakes for one.
Way too
Yeah,
many.
way too many. But like, I remember how I hope it's better now because the first few episodes, sometimes we have those like, like our microphones make weird noises.
Yeah, I
Sometimes
did.
they sound just off,
Yeah,
or you know the volumes going up and down all the time.
yeah,
Those are the mistakes that I want to avoid. I guess the thing is, um, I understand in a podcast episode, you we are trying to be real,
mm-hmm.
and we can't really please everyone.
Mm-hmm.
So we just have to put it out there. I mean, obviously not trying to offend anyone, but at the
Mm-hmm.
same time, just kind of have to speak for like speak whatever
Speak
that
for
is
yourself.
really,
Yeah,
yes, on your mind.
yeah,
But at the same time, um speaking whatever's on your mind doesn't mean that we're being clumsy. Like
mm,
I still want people to feel like we are prepared,
yeah,
like not staged but prepared,
yeah,
like we did think through it,
yeah.
and not just a very clumsy
For sure,
conversation.
for sure.
Yeah, I mean,
That's a good
I do
point.
know,
That's a good point.
yeah, sometimes our conversations are all over the place, but deep down, I feel like we still at least try to lay out a few points.
Yeah,
And
for sure.
yeah, it's not super all over the place, maybe just slightly. I don't know.
Yeah, yeah. And I think we
Yeah.
always try to bring back to the point is like, oh, what was the purpose of why we're talking about this? And then at the end it's like,
Yeah.
oh, what are the key learning takeaways or key takeaways that me and you both learned, right? From this,
Yeah.
because
Yeah. Yeah.
at the end of the day, I think actually what we learned is a lot, and it's been a really wonderful experience because I don't think I can get this anywhere else, from other aspects of my life. It's very hard to um learn how to have a
Yeah.
semi-structural conversation around a topic
Mm-hmm.
every week with one of your
Mm.
best friends. I don't think you could get that anywhere else
Yeah. Yeah.
aspect in your life. So this is something that's very special, and no, you
Exactly.
bring a really good point. So
Yeah, because I've been listening to a lot more podcasts since we started doing this, and I I mean, I found some of them really interesting because they have a specific like theme, like legal or like finance or some comedies or celebrity news or whatever. They have that specific target group of target audience, and
yeah,
they're doing really well. Some of them, it's just too clumsy. They don't even have a topic. Maybe because they do like, I don't know, 2 episodes per week, and either they're getting lazy or they just really enjoy that the kind that vibe where it's super chill.
super
You just listen to
cash.
it, super cash. You just listen to it right before you go to bed or before you go to work or whatever.
Yeah,
But
yeah,
sometimes after 15 minutes in, you're just like, what the fuck are you talking about? Like,
yeah.
just don't get it.
There's no
I
point of it anymore.
There is basically no fucking point. And
Mm,
I don't think I can do that. Like, I need at least a theme. It
yeah,
doesn't have to be a super serious one. I mean, none of our topics are super super serious, but
yeah.
there has to be a theme.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
And I think we both kind of have set that rule without even like talk, like having be like, oh, we must do this. Right? It's like more like a unspoken thing that we do because
Yeah.
we
Yeah.
went to like, oh, let's do a podcast, to like, oh, what are we gonna how are we gonna do this, so it's like, and then slowly we went to Google Docs, we start doing the intro, then we start building the points, then we start thinking about themes every week. So it's like we both do care about having a solid conversation
Yeah.
and not just like,
Yeah.
haha, haha, how's your day? Oh, you're sad. Like it
End of
surface.
story.
Yeah, it's too surface level to a point. Is like I feel like we're wasting each other's time, and we're wasting
Yeah.
other people's time. So maybe let's not. So hopefully, I'm confident that like moving on from now, it's like we'll have I think our conversations for the past few months have been so great, and I'm very much looking forward to actually challenging the both of us
Mm-hmm.
for this podcast journey to create create very good content and create very interesting topics that
Yeah.
we even shock
Yeah.
ourselves, and I
Wait,
believe that we could do that.
can I ask you this? If there's one
Yes.
topic that you can redo,
We do.
revisit, uh, is there one that you would do so? Like that you can polish it further, to deep dig deeper.
Yes, the intro. Sorry, the first one.
I
You
mean,
know
the intro
why?
is an intro.
True. I don't know. I think I felt
Maybe
like
because we
our first.
recorded a few times.
Okay,
We
yeah, that's
recorded,
true. That's true.
yeah,
The mood of that was so weird because we
I
recorded it
know.
5 times because we didn't know we're dummies. We don't know IT at all.
Yeah.
So the mood of that was weird. But if we have the skill sets that we have now, and then we go back to do the first episode, it will be so much better. And like people would be even more engaged and so much more excited than our
That's
upcoming
true.
episodes.
True.
How about you?
We should kind of, switch it up the orders.
What do you mean?
People should go listen to our Truth or Drink episode first,
Yes, I
and
like
then
that.
the Chick Flicks for Life. Somehow our Chick Flicks for Life episode didn't get that many hits, but it's actually one of my favorite episodes. I don't know
Yeah.
why.
Oh
It is
wow.
because I don't know, I'm just really I really enjoyed that episode.
I actually really like that too.
Yeah. Well, again, proof that stuff that I like doesn't mean that everyone is gonna like. So yeah.
True. Everyone's
Um,
different. What were we? Oh, I was gonna ask you. So you said that. Wait, which
I
one would
mean,
you redo?
if I have to redo, actually, I redo the pandemic fashion one
Why?
because
How?
I feel like, I mean, I know you did a lot of preparation for that one, and I really appreciate it. But I feel like I haven't contributed enough,
Oh, that's
and
fine.
yeah, and I feel like it's uh it's a very broad topic.
Mm,
We if we have more time or we prepared it more, like we
yeah.
talked it through even more before we started recording, then we could have a more in-depth
Yeah.
well, I won't say analysis because it sounds super pro and we're not, but at least a more in-depth discussion about it.
Mm.
Yeah.
I think for
So
us, it's like we already talked about it. Like the solution to, I guess, coming up with a lot of topics is to generate a lot first, and then, I guess, week by week we could pick from what we feel like, which ones we're more engaged to talk about. Because I think our week kind of determines what we want to talk about too, and that
yeah,
that would kind of show how engaged we want to be when we're recording. You know what I mean?
that's
So
true. It's
that
it's during
reflects
one
a
of
lot.
my busiest weeks.
Yeah,
So I
exactly. So that,
couldn't actually spare time to prepare for that.
yeah, it
Yeah.
definitely, outside factors take account. So I think, yeah, anything else you want to add? I think overall we've been enjoying ourselves, and I want to keep enjoying doing this for as long as I can. And hopefully people, our episodes, each and every of our episodes, or even this episode, is somewhat, um there's some takeaways that you could take, and there's some things that you find that, oh, you could definitely relate to us at some point in your life, even if you don't do a podcast. I
Mm-hmm.
think some
Yeah.
touch points we did today, they can definitely be like, oh yeah, I thought about that too.
Yeah, I think when it comes to podcasts, really boils down to making a good public speech and to maintain
Yes.
a very flowy conversation, like a very engaging conversation with your co-host or
Yes.
just with your audience if you're hosting it yourself.
Yeah.
And the main tip I would say is just to try not to focus too much on yourself. Like
Mm.
remember there's no one that you could like either you cannot please everyone,
Yeah.
and after all you're just like one small potato. So just try to be yourself
Yeah.
and be
And
real.
to add on that, you are your own biggest criticizer, right?
Yeah.
You are your own, because honestly, everybody just really, I would say every human being is very fixated on themselves. Everyone's very worried about themselves, how they view. So
Yeah.
honestly,
Yeah.
you don't have to overthink too much because people
Yeah.
are always just thinking about themselves more.
Yeah,
So
exactly.
just have fun with it, be a little goofy, and that's what we're trying to do, obviously,
Yeah.
in Hyper Peaches, and not to take everything so seriously because
Exactly.
past 2 3 years has been bad. So
Yeah, I just try to be chill. I remember Emma Chamberlain just said,
mhm.
she once said in one of her episodes where she was like, some podcast hosts are just too cautious about everything that they said or the
Ooh.
noises that they make in their episodes.
Yeah.
Basically, even if they cough,
Yeah.
they have to try to remove it, or they're just like, oh, sorry, I coughed. But
Dang.
to be very honest, nobody cares. So
Yes.
yeah, just chill, people. Yeah,
For
just chill.
sure, for sure. Well,
Yeah.
I think thank you so much for I'm thanking you, Erica, and then I'm gonna
Yeah,
thank
I'm trying
oh, okay.
to I'm showing you that
Go.
yeah, no worries.
Oh, okay. Never mind then. I'm just gonna thank our fans.
Thank you, Joyce.
Thank you. Thank you guys for listening, and we hope your day is as peachy as this episode. Make sure to follow us on Instagram and Facebook, like and rate this podcast on Spotify and iTunes.
Comment or DM us on any one of our social media platform as well. Talk to you in the next one. Bye.
Bye.